standing right there.
What is that?
You know what happened? The best player on the planet got swept.
Huh? You don't even smoke. What do you?
Oh, they broke it up. Snoop, you sent me some faulty merchandise. Snoop, Skip, how you doing this morning?
You don't smoke.
I do. Hold on.
Wait a second. Time out. Are you gloating about last night? Do you realize you lost yet another case of Diet Dew to me because you took the Nets and you lost again? And you're gloating with a sign about it?
But I took 3.
Why would you gloat about losing another case?
Because I won 3 cases of you because I took the Celtics. Sometimes you...
There was no other bet.
Skip, hold on. I took the Celtics in the series. Don't do me like this, Skip.
We didn't make a bet on the series.
Yes, we did.
We did not.
Oh, we got to pull that tape, Skip.
Okay,
Don't do
we
that.
got to pull this tape, yeah.
Yeah, Skip, we had a bet.
I don't remember any bets.
I took the Celtics.
For 3 cases?
For 3 cases.
I don't remember. I just know you took the Nets last night.
No,
That's all I know.
You wanted to bet me 10 cases that they wouldn't be down 3-0. Remember that bet?
No, I do not remember that bet.
No, we didn't bet. We didn't bet because you said Ben Simmons is coming back by game 4, and I said you'll probably be down. You want to bet 10 cases?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's some revisionist history going on here.
In the words of Jill Scott, I'm living my life like I'm golden. I'm living my life like I'm golden.
Okay, well, all I know is at least those guys have made the playoffs, and LeBron, somewhere, where is LeBron? Is he in the Maldives, somewhere in the Indian Ocean, coasting vacation?
is about to join him in the Seychelles.
Well, at least he actually played 4 playoff games as opposed to LeBron.
And then win 1? You mean to tell me that man played 4 games and didn't win 1?
Yeah, LeBron played none and won none. Way to go.
They go 1. There's no redemptive quality in losing and getting swept. Redemption to atone for one's mistake. What did he atone for? I never understood this. The captain went down with the ship. Both of you at the bottom of the sea. What is this? What is this notion that Skip Bayless is trying to perpetrate right now? He's trying to sweep it.
I haven't spoken a word. I have not spoken a word.
You are speaking. You're interrupting me. I didn't have you.
Well, you can't accuse me without me responding.
What you sweep up under that little rug or that little carpet?
You got the rug. I don't need a rug.
That's so high, a mound, just a mound.
Yeah, wait until you hear what I have to say.
So he scored 39 points. It took him 39 shots. Again, he was inefficient.
Well, 31 shots.
31 shots. Excuse me, you're right. 39 points on 31 shots. He was inefficient again. And last night, when they needed the absolute most, what Skip Bayless tells me, the 4th quarter, the last crunch time, clutch moments, came up this big. Again, had a 1-point lead. They was down 1 after he hit a shot. And what happened? No, there is no redemption. Because Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, I think this is the 3rd time the betting favorite has yet to win, lost in the first round of the series. 2020 Lakers, I think the 06 Mavericks, and now.
Well, no preseason favorite has ever not won a single playoff game in the history of the NBA.
That never happened before?
That just happened.
So you mean to tell me the best player on the planet allowed that to happen on his watch?
Wait a second. I think 3 games back, I told you he's no longer the best player on the planet. I reacted after 1 game.
Whoa. See, what you try to do, Skip, is
I don't try to do anything. I just say what I see. And I said he's not the best player on the planet 3 games ago.
Because you had no choice, but it's kind of like trying to...
I have lots of choices. I could have fought and defended him, but I can't. I'm not going to defend that.
You can't fight the indefensible. It's like trying to use that commercial when they try to hide. It's like hiding in the desert.
Yeah, you still try to defend LeBron after they missed the playoffs?
No. There's no defending. I said at the beginning of the year, Giannis was the best player on the planet, and I stand by that. But this is not about Giannis.
We're about to find out if he really is.
Whoa. I tell you what, we already found out. You guys got swept.
Yep.
Swept. And so there is no redemptive quality in losing and getting swept. Had he been 21 of 31, had he been efficient, had he made some defensive plays. Skip, what is that? I told you, this team, you guys did it again. You didn't need a coach, but you underachieved. This was an embarrassment of epic proportion. All you guys did was practice 10 or more days than everybody else that missed the playoffs. There's nothing to be gained. There's nothing to be said good about the Brooklyn Nets. You got swept with the best player on the planet, the dynamic duo, the 2 most skilled offensive guys in NBA history.
Well, that was from you.
T-Mac said that.
Huh?
T-Mac said that.
Yeah, but you co-signed.
Ain't no debating.
Huh?
There's no debating that.
Nope.
I think they are the two most skilled
okay.
offensive guys together in their prime and couldn't win a game. Ooh. So he get a 1 for being redemptive.
So why did you pick the Nets last night? That's why, after all you just spewed, why would you have picked the Nets?
Hold on. Did I not tell you they were not going down without a fight? And I say it's hard for me to see a scenario when we're dealing with two skilled guys, as skilled as they are, to not have a better showing than what they've shown collectively. We saw Kyrie have that great game 1, and outside of game 1 and 5 minutes in the fourth quarter, Kyrie was a no-show. Look at games 2. Look at game 3. Kyrie was just out there. He wasn't doing anything. Kevin Durant was just out there. So, yeah, I expected them to play better than what they played in previous. But at the end of the day, their defense let them down again.
So did you see a team that went down with a fight last night or without a fight?
They went down. I saw a team went down.
I saw a team that went down with no fight. I saw nothing. I saw no intensity. I saw no passion. I saw no refuse to lose. I saw no cold-blooded killer from either Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. I saw no fight last night in the Brooklyn Nets. Saw none.
Skip the game, got within 1 point with like a minute and something to go.
It's a closeout game. It's just, that was up to the Celtics just to step on their neck. And they finally said, okay, that's enough of this. And they stepped. And you know, and I know that was the end of the Nets. And did you ever one moment, because I had 0 moments last night when I thought the Nets were going to win the game. Not one.
I got a little concerned when they fouled Jason Tatum out of the game. And you know that was a bogus call, too.
Terrible call. Okay. It was a terrible call. Okay. It was like an incomprehensibly bad call because I have no idea what he did. He's sort of falling backwards and he gets an offensive foul because you're falling down backwards.
And my boy made that call, Sean Wright.
Yeah. Okay. Well, help me out.
I wish I could help you out.
Your boy needs to get fined for that call. Okay. It is my turn. And maybe I'm pretty worked up about this because I kept seeing on social last night this kind of reaction. I saw on a couple of shows very early this morning when I was on the treadmill, this kind of reaction, that all of a sudden Kevin Durant has been turned into the most sympathetic Kevin since Home Alone. And I'm trying to dredge up any sympathy for this Kevin. Kevin! I can't dredge up an ounce of sympathy. I have been his biggest supporter. There have been many times I've been his lone supporter, dating back to his 1 year at the University of Texas, a school I despise. I grew up hating, but I still loved Kevin Durant. He hasn't always loved me, but I have stood by him. But I say what I see. And on the redemptive scale of 0 to 10 last night, I saw a big fat 0.
Okay.
Big fat 0. Okay. Because I can't give him any redemption because it was actually last night, what we saw last night was attack mode from Kevin Durant for the first time in 4 games. Last night was an indictment of games 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Like, okay, if you at least say, let it fly last night, why didn't you let it fly in 1 or maybe 2 or especially 3 when you could have...
Especially 3, though, Skip. Yeah. At least he got up the shots.
But you can just say, I'm going to do this because I'm Kevin bleeping Durant. Just give me the ball, and if the double team comes, I'm just going to fire. Before he gets there, I'll take one dribble to my left. I'll just rise up. They can't block this. I'll make this shot. Okay, here's my biggest issue last night with 31 shots. By my calculations, he had obviously 18 missed shots. 18 missed shots?
Yes.
And he 8 of those were missed three-point shots. By my calculation, 10 of those shots were pretty easy shots by his Mount Rushmore type standards, because he's a threat to be on Mount Rushmore someday if we're just doing the NBA Rushmore. By those standards, by the career arc that he's on, for him to miss 18 shots last night, including at least 10 easy ones, is just not acceptable in a closeout game at home when you are in flat-out attack mode. And as I showed you, there are 10 of those shots that the Kevin Durant I used to know and love, they're automatic. They're just, when he rises and has it where he gets it up where you can't even begin to contest it, you have to cash it. Those are little 15, 14, 13-foot shots. Isn't that where he makes his money?
Well,
yes.
Yeah,
well,
it is.
Okay, so what did I tell you yesterday? he needed to score 55 if they're going to win. Well, he scored 39, but I just showed you all the missed shots. What if he'd made 5 of the 10 easy ones? Well, look what starts to happen. You're getting up in the 55 range, right?
Yes.
What if he made 3 of 11 threes? What if you'd made 3 or 4 more threes, which he's highly capable of making? We've seen him do it before.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you're getting right up in the 55 range. Am I right?
You're right. And Skip, and the thing is, you mentioned it. He shot under 40% for the series. He shot 33% from the three-point line.
Yeah, he shot 39% for the series. That's his career low for a playoff series.
They lost 4 games by a total of 18 points. Kevin Durant gives you C-minus games. In 3 of those games, Skip, we got an extended series. If he gives you a C-minus,
I'll buy that.
when Kyrie goes for 39, if KD gives you C-minus, they win that game.
But he just kept giving you flunks.
Yes.
Right? He flunked, and flunked.
Yes. In game 2, game 3.
I mean, last night, could I give him a C-minus? I don't even know if I can give him a C-minus. I'd give him more of a D. At least I'll give him one letter grade higher because he tried.
Right.
He attacked.
But
he took 31 shots.
But Skip, I mean, the guy played 47 minutes.
Well, he played it. That was the highest number of minutes he's averaged for any playoff series in his career. 44-minute average for the 4 games.
That's asking an awful lot of the man.
Okay.
Now, granted, he was coasting on the defensive end, and it seems like a lot of the guys were coasting. But Skip, they're not built to play that end of the ball. They're built to light you up on the other end. And if you're having an off shooting night, they'll shoot you out of the building. But you expected more because Skip, a lot of times, like, man, y'all so hard on KD. KD is a superstar. There ain't no is KD a star or is he this, he that. He's a transcendent player.
Yeah.
And you ask and you expect more of transcendent players.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about what this means to his legacy, but Kevin Durant, he will tell you that he came up small in this series. Now, we can make it about Boston, and Boston played outstanding defense. I don't want to shortchange them, but we've never made excuses for other historically great players when defenses came to play. We never did that. Hey, we said, Michael, you came up small against Detroit, bro. You need to figure this out. And he say, okay, it might take me hitting my head against the wall 2 or 3 times, but I'm going to figure their ass out. And when I do, it's over for you guys.
That is true.
KD's going to have to, what he saw. Now, everybody doesn't have the Celtics lineup. They're long. They go 7 deep, at least 6'7", 6'8". I don't know a whole lot of NBA teams have that with the athleticism.
What no other NBA team right now has is the desire to play defense that team has.
For 48 minutes.
They cared about it.
48
They were hanging their hat on the defense.
They knew in order to win this series, Skip. But Skip, what I love most about what they did is they didn't try to dodge Brooklyn. They said, we want the 2 seed. Well, man, Brooklyn in the play-in, they win, they're going to be the 7 seed. They said, oh. And Marcus Smart said it best last night. We knew we were going to have to see them sooner or later. Let's go ahead and get it out the way.
That is true. And they got him right out of the way. Okay, my final issue with Kevin Durant last night came with 22.2 seconds left when he stepped to the free throw line. He'd made every one of them. He'd made 9 straight. He made his 9th straight on the first one. By Kevin's standards, that's a highly makeable shot.
Yeah.
Well, you got to cash it. You got to make one. And if you make one, now at least we got a ball game because it's a 1-point game with 10 seconds
left. So can we stop this notion? This notion that you've been perpetuating, this lie that you started and you've told, you originated it.
It's not a lie.
Well, hold on. You just showed 18 missed shots. You just showed 3 shots in the money time when Kevin Durant could have got his team and won this game. And he did not do it. We fought 4 games. Kevin Durant had time and chance and chance again.
He did.
And it didn't happen.
And you know what? I'm going to declare it. The second worst superstar meltdown since I watched LeBron James meltdown in games 4, 5, and 6 of the 2011 finals against the Dallas Mavericks when he was first on the Miami Heat.
They won 2 games. They won 2 games.
I know, but then the meltdown came later, 4, 5, and 6. LeBron averaged 15 points a game in those 3 games.
Right.
And had more turnovers than Kevin had in the first 3 in those last 3 games. So LeBron's came at the end. Kevin's came at the beginning. It was 1, 2, and 3. And last night he tried, but mostly failed because he missed too many shots. So it was kind of an inverted meltdown. Kevin's came right out of the box.
Right.
LeBron's was even worse because it came with them up 2-1 in games 4, 5, and 6. But I'm going to declare it the second worst superstar meltdown I have ever witnessed in shock value, because up 2-1 in 2011, the Heatles with LeBron and D. Wade and Chris Bosh and Spoelstra and Pat Riley. I'm thinking this is a done deal, and I think LeBron thought it was a done deal.
Yeah, but that LeBron James that came out of that series would have never lost that game in 2011. Would have never lost that series in 2011. What that did, it hardened him. It shaped him.
Skip, 2012, they broke through.
Skip, that's redemption.
They broke through against him.
Yeah. And then they broke through again, did Game 7 against your Spurs. So for me, that was a bad outing by KD last night, because I don't know if we've ever seen a historically great player shoot as bad as he shot from the field.
No.
With the number, Skip, something like you said, he only took 11 shots. Bro, how you take 11 shots? You supposed to get, he took 12 shots in the fourth quarter alone last night. He took 11 shots for the entire game in Game 3. That's what had people perplexed. Like, KD, you do realize you make 2-1, it's a whole different ball game as opposed to 3-0, and you take one shot, one in the last 11 minutes?
Yeah, he went into facilitating mode in Game 3. It was just absurd. You can't do that.
No, that's not.
Are you kidding?
No, you hurt people by putting buckets.
Yeah, that is a fact. So what do I see in the 4-game, the whole series? In 4 games, he shot, as you pointed out, 39%. That's a career playoff low. He shot 33% from 3, which is not all-time bad, but it's pretty bad by his standards.
It's worse than what LeBron James shot in the regular season. You say LeBron James is a pathetic three-point shooter. He shot 36%.
Yep. Kevin Durant averaged 5 turnovers a game for 4 games. It's absurdly high, and it's his career playoff worst.
Right.
And then here's the capper. He was a minus 31 for the 4 games, which is by far his worst in his career, because he had never finished any playoff series he's ever played in the minus. Not one time. He was a minus 31. Kyrie, by comparison, was only a minus 9. And Kyrie gets some pass here because his numbers are passable compared to Kevin's. They are, but they're not great by Kyrie's standards.
But here's the thing. Kyrie's getting a pass, Skip, only because of Game 1. That's the only reason. Look at Games 2. Look at Games 3. And look at through the first 3 quarters of Game 4.
Yep.
That's why
he scored 18 in the fourth quarter of Game 1.
Yes.
He's getting a pass for it.
Exactly. But Skip, he's not held to, even though he sees himself as a Kevin Durant or LeBron James or Giannis, he's not held to that standard because he's not one of those guys. KD get held to the highest order. LeBron, Giannis get held to the highest order because they're those guys. Although Kyrie sees himself as like that, I don't got a problem with how you see yourself, but that's not how anybody else in the NBA sees you.
Okay. Final point. I'm going to leave you with this. Could we please see the final play of Game 1? Because this was the end of the Nets as I knew and loved them. The final play, the Jason Tatum play, when Kevin Durant completely loses Jason, doesn't even watch him, and then Kyrie doesn't even try to foul him, just matadors him.
Yeah.
So it's Kevin. I don't know who you're looking at, but your man just broke to the bucket and wheeled on Kyrie, and Kyrie just watched him lay it off the glass at the buzzer. Lay it off the glass?
His ass.
Are you kidding me? You didn't even try to impede him whatsoever. So Kevin loses him, and you don't even try to defend him or foul him. Well, that's it. That's it. That's the end of the Nets as I knew and loved them.
Yeah. What did I tell you their Achilles heels were all year?
Well, obviously on the defensive end. And so that's why he kept playing Nicky Claxton the whole time, because at least he will rim protect.
But yeah, he will.
Degree.
But all I'm going to do is he get the ball down low, I'm going to foul him.
Okay.
And you know what's going
to miss 10 straight free throws, right? Okay. I got it. Achilles heels are everywhere.
Right.
And right now, Achilles just left.
At some point in time, we're going to talk about this a little later, Skip, but at some point in time, Kevin, you can't expect KD to shoot 55% every game. Okay, when he's not shooting 55%, Kyrie's not shooting 48, 49%.
Yeah.
And the other team, what about you get a stop? Skip, all you needed was one stop. It was a one-point game. KD made a shot. It's a one-point game. Now all you got to do is, okay, baby. And Jaylen Brown goes down on the other end, and they almost, and he gets
They had one man who was on the bench who cares about defending. His name is Blake Griffin. And when he did finally get to play last night and the game before, he defended as hard. I told you last year, I thought he defended Giannis the best he could defend him.
But Skip, I thought Boston got really sloppy.
Yep.
Skip, they got, and you see what happens. Seth Curry, they always take advantage of him because he's small. Patty Mills, Dragic. Skip, you can't play all those guards out there when you got Smart, you got Tatum, you got Brown.
Yep.
Even Grant Williams and Kyrie right before the half, Skip. You know Grant Williams is a short corner three-point guy. Why would you attempt to try to get a steal in that spot right there?
I don't know.
It's little things like that.
Well, they look poorly coached, which is what we're about to discuss.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they don't need a coach.
Guys, we'll
That's what
say
they
it
say.
again. I feel like we've said it every season for the past several years. We'll see what the Nets look like next year when maybe Ben Simmons gets back.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.